Hi, I'm Sasha. Welcome back to Enjoying Pixels. Once more, we're here for another part of Corpse Factory. Last time we left it with Noriko freaking out right in the middle of the mall, screaming that people had to die. And that's where we're going to pick it up from. This part is definitely going to be more intense than the others, so be forewarned. It's going to get extra dark. So if that kind of stuff bothers you, you've been forewarned. And now let's continue on with the madness.
Why didn't you die?
What the hell?
Just causing a scene in the mall, it's fine.
Damn, she's having a full meltdown.
Can we get a security guard down here, please? Die, 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 die!
Is she going to kill somebody?
Mom, I'm scared. I'll kill her.
Oof.
I'll find her. I'll find her.
I taste blood in my mouth. My tongue is numb. My teeth chatter. I'll find that twin. I'll find that twin. I'll find that twin. I'll kill her myself. I'll kill her myself. I'll kill her myself.
I'll kill her. I'll kill her.
All right, that's enough.
Favorite voice actor right there. So gruff. A strong hand pulls at my shoulder. My face hits the ground hard. Ooh, didn't need to put her down like that. My arms are restrained behind my back, and all I can see in my blurry vision is the checkered tiled floor of the mall.
You're coming with me.
My limp form is tugged backward, my head lolls to the side. I shut my eyes and let the blackness envelop me. A stinging cold ice pack bites against my cheek and rudely awakens me from my stupor. I don't know where I am. I don't remember why I'm here. But the sudden chill spreading across my face is nice. Almost soothing. I realize that somebody, a tall man, is holding the ice pack to my cheek, and he motions for me to take hold of it myself. I reach a sluggish hand to grab the ice pack and continue to press it against my skin. The man walks around the chair I'm seated in and stands behind a simple wooden desk to face me.
You can imagine my surprise when I recognized you.
Hi! I'm so happy. I'm like, oh my goodness. I thought it would be him. As soon as they mentioned security guard, I was like, who did they say that was the security guard in the story?
Huh?
Opening my mouth in the attempt to talk causes a dull ache in my jaw. It's all coming together.
I apologize for treating you so roughly.
Did you shove the face?
The only reason I haven't called for the police is because I want to give you the opportunity to calm down and explain yourself.
Were you so gruff? It was very gruff. This guy, I know him, but from where? Oh, of course. It took me some time because I'm not used to seeing the security uniform. This is Kenji Ogawa, the same guy who lives in my apartment building, the nice guy who greets me in the stairwell, the father of sweet little Momo.
Mr. Ogawa?
Ah, so you are completely out of it.
Where am I?
This is the mall security office. You caused quite a scene, Noriko.
You're not allowed to use my internet anymore.
A scene?
You don't remember. Well, give it some time. I'm sure it'll come back to you.
Maybe it's her medication, you know? Like she was off it, then on it, like... I try to think hard about the circumstances that led me here. I remember something about visiting the mall to buy a phone charger, but I don't think I ever found the store I was looking for. Some kind of anger or fear or something, some familiar primal emotion got the better of me.
Listen, Noriko. I've always thought you were a sweet girl. And Momo looks up to you, you know. Please, tell me that you're just not feeling well. Please tell me the things you were screaming aren't true.
The things I was screaming? An image of a smiling woman flashes my mind. A twin woman with beautiful features and lovely hair. The victim, the one who didn't die. That's right. I remember now. I lost my cool. I became so overwhelmed with frustration that she didn't die. I must have broken down and unleashed my anger here, right in the mall. Stupid, 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 stupid. This is all because I went outside. I went somewhere I don't normally go. I'm usually fine about going to the office. It's familiar. The convenience store is fine too. In fact, my whole meticulously planned morning routine rarely bothers me. But the shopping mall? What was I thinking? I haven't been keeping up with my medication. Even if I was on top of it, going somewhere out of my comfort zone is always a risk. I need to start regulating my intake, taking a pill or two every other day when I feel like it isn't going to help me. Skipping days at a time and just popping a few in my mouth when I need to leave the house isn't what I'm supposed to be doing. I need to follow the guidelines. I need to keep a strict schedule of when I take it. Of when I take what? Damn it, Noriko. I'm supposed to be calm at all times. Stoic, unflinching Noriko.
Noriko, you still look a bit flustered. Do you want to lie down for a bit before talking to me?
No.
Okay. Well, do you want to explain what happened?
No.
Huh. I never took you for a troublemaker. Please, Noriko. I'm begging you. Don't make me call the police. You were screaming about killing somebody. You were manic. You can't just act like that in public. You scared 100 people just trying to make their way through the mall. You scared me.
A knock at the door causes Kenji to flinch.
Ogawa, may I enter?
No, please.
Yes. Please come in, Mr. Fujikawa.
Shinya's dad? No, come on now. Don't make it like this. The metal door separating the security room from the real world opens with a screech. I'm not ready for Shinya's dad. A broad, intimidating man enters the small room and displaces all the air inside. I feel like I'm gonna suffocate.
This her?
Yes, sir. She's calm now.
Indeed.
The man, who seems to be some sort of detective, looks me up and down with a sour expression.
Miss, your name?
I don't answer him.
I see.
Sir, if I may, this is Noriko Kurosawa. She's an acquaintance.
Is that so? An acquaintance? Well, that speaks volumes about your personal life, Ogawa.
Wow.
Sir.
Harsh.
Leave us be. I wish to talk to her.
Please don't leave me alone in this room with this man.
Yes, Mr. Fujikawa.
Kenji bows, his grim smile cracking under fear as he exits the room. The detective, or whatever he is, towers over me. He pulls out a badge from inside his jacket and flashes it at me.
My name is Fujikawa. I'm a detective, an investigator, for the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department.
You also have a nice accent.
You must understand that we take death threats very seriously in the police force.
Huh? Excuse me, but Kenji said he didn't call the police.
Kenji? Ah, Ogawa. Well, never mind what he said. I was here already in regards to another case. I happened to witness your little outburst.
Is the other case not more important?
Ogawa was kind enough to allow me a moment to interview you personally.
Is that what we're calling it?
Right. So, what do you want to talk about?
Listen, if I were in your shoes, I'd drop the sardonic act. I have reasonable grounds to arrest you here and now.
Then do it now. It's giving me attitude. I'm responding to this dude with more tude. His voice drips with pure venom. This guy isn't joking around. I squirm a little in my seat and remove the cold ice pack from my face.
Now, Miss Kurosawa, would you please explain to me who you are threatening to kill?
A wave of dread washes over me as the reality of my current situation starts to sink in. If I don't fly straight and narrow here, I might be in for a world of trouble.
I apologize for my actions. I wasn't feeling like myself earlier. I regrettably skipped my medication recently.
Ha, the medication excuse. I'll play along. Were you hallucinating then?
No, sir. Not exactly.
I need to come up with something quickly or I'm not getting out of here anytime soon.
See, I recently had an altercation with a coworker about a guy we both like.
The detective rolls his eyes at me.
Go on.
I guess I was a little upset about our fight, and really, we're actually quite good friends, so I think a combination of that and missing my medication caused me to get a little too upset and say some things I don't really mean.
Mm-hmm.
That mm-hmm.
And how do I know you're not dangerous? Are you carrying any weapons, Miss Kurosawa?
Just my biting wit.
Weapons? No, of course not.
I see. Well, you're going to have to permit me to search your belongings.
No, just step off.
You understand that I can't allow you to leave until I have established that you're not a threat, right?
The detective lurches forward and roughly grabs my handbag.
Hey!
He tears it open and rummages around inside. I'm somewhat relieved that I'm traveling lightly today. I even left the 2 books I'm reading at home. He finds nothing of interest in the bag save for one thing, my phone. He taps the screen, toggles the power button, and smacks the phone against his open palm.
Is this broken?
I realized that the last drop of battery power must have finally drained. I'm probably lucky for that fact. If he found certain things on my phone, I might be in trouble. It's not like I keep Corpse Girl photos on there, that's what my collection of burner phones is for. But there are certain things that would be incriminating if they fell into his hands. My annoyed chat log with Kojiro, for starters. And then there are those images of Aoi and Tomoe and that famous singer that had her phone hacked and her private photos uploaded to the net. So she is saving pictures of Tomoe. I did get vibes about that. Aoi knows I have her photos. She's okay with it. Tomoe doesn't know about hers? That would be hard to explain. The singer, on the other hand, was part of a big scandal a few months ago. Probably half of Japan had seen her photos. Still, I'd rather keep my personal matters completely private. I don't want this looking into my affairs.
The battery is dead, sir.
Where is your charger then?
I don't have one with me.
He grunts and throws the phone to me, and I barely manage to catch it with my brittle, skeletal, clumsy fingers.
Wait here. I need to make a call.
He leaves the room unceremoniously, and I hear the scraping shriek of a steel deadbolt locking the formidable door behind him. I breathe out and try to calm my nerves. I look down at the phone in my hand and see my mirror image counterpart peering at me in the black reflection. I don't look as good as I normally do. My makeup is smudged, which is strangely becoming more and more common for me. I think I've gained some weight. My gaunt face seems fuller somehow, and my prominent cheekbones are softer. This girl staring back at me, she's not wholly familiar. Is this Noriko Kurosawa? Is this Corpse Girl? I look like some aberration, some sickening concoction of myself and some person I don't fully recognize. I don't understand how I could have gained weight. I've been eating less. Maybe the canned coffee I consume religiously contains more calories than I realize. I'll need to cut down immediately. A sour taste rolls around on my tongue and I swallow it reluctantly. I feel ill at the sight of myself. The steel door swings open and Fujikawa stomps in like an angry toddler.
Well, the precinct claims you don't have a prior record, Miss Kurosawa. That's good news for you, I'm sure. But it's a pain in the ass for me.
Ugh. I flinch at his apparent anger and recoil slightly in my chair.
You're free to go. However, I'll remember you. Another incident like this, and I'll have you in for a psychological assessment faster than you can blink.
I can do nothing but nod as a wave of relief washes over me.
Get your things and get out of here. Oh, for the love of God, go eat something. You look like a starving child.
Fujikawa spins on his heel with force and once again leaves me sitting alone. I take a minute to collect my thoughts before picking up my belongings and shoving them into my handbag. As I leave the security office, I spot Kenji standing outside the door. He bows his head meekly.
Take care, Noriko.
Yeah.
He doesn't lift his head as I walk away. So much for stoic unflinching Noriko. Remember stoic unflinching Noriko? She's looking so tired and so rough. She's barely eating. I'm so concerned. I know she's also trying to kill several people, but I'm still concerned. This is her. Weak of flesh and weak of will. Weak. Noriko can't control her emotions. Noriko can't face the world outside without the help of peppy pink pills. Noriko. She keeps calling herself that. I keep calling myself that. But I'm more than that. More than her. Ooh, the image in the mirror is creeping me out. I'm Corpse Girl. I'm bigger than the frail body before me. What do my looks matter in the grand scheme of things? What does my ego matter? I want to be beautiful, thin, gorgeous. Kojiro called me gorgeous. It made me feel good. But that doesn't matter. None of it matters. Corpse Girl matters. She will succeed and the world will continue to spin. I need to gain weight or lose weight. I need to look like Aoi with her small frame and cute features and that bust that's too hard to look away from. I need to look like Tomoe with her fuller figure, her obscene fashion sense, and those oddly beautiful eyes that she doesn't deserve. I need to look like Yuriko with her bad haircut, terrible piercings, and trashy clothes. I need to look like Mother, who is just like me and Yuriko combined, but with vacant eyes that used to be sparkling and clear, but now just glaze over whenever you try to talk to her. I need to look like Noriko, with her dark hair and her intense gaze and her healthy, acceptable frame. I don't need to look like this skeleton, this living corpse. I don't need to look like this physical embodiment of hunger and longing and lust and fear and stress and anxiety and uncertainty and ambition and exhaustion.
Fuck you.
I curse the mirror and spit on my own reflection.
You!
I clench my fists until my nails dig and tear and pierce my flesh, letting blood trickle between my knuckles and drip down to the carpet.
I don't want to be you! I'm better than you! I'm better than you! I'm better than you!
But I am you. I am Corpse Girl. It's what I always wanted. It's that sense of belonging that I always sought. It's that feeling of home that I reclaimed after home was lost. After Mother moved and Noriko got put on ice, and after I found this apartment that felt so strange at first. This is who I am.
I love your hair, your eyes. I love you. Don't ever leave me. Don't leave.
I raised 2 fingers to my mouth and kissed them gently, then pressed them against the mirror.
I love you. Don't ever change.
June 7th, Sunday morning. To my absolute delight, I woke up this morning feeling really refreshed. I was worried that my temporary incarceration at the mall would continue to stress me out today. Thankfully, my fears were unfounded. I spent the early morning cleaning up my room. I had to use some elbow grease to get a few specks of blood out of the carpet and to clean a bit of lipstick off my mirror. I even took my medication with a tall glass of water, and I didn't skip the pills I don't like this time. It'll be some time before I feel stable, maybe even a few weeks, but the fact that I'm already taking steps forward has done wonders for my mood. Today is a day to stay inside and work on me. I can't have another incident like yesterday. I can't break down in public and put myself at risk. I can't break down at home again and feed on my insecurities and anxieties. I need to be strong for Corpse Girl, for me. With my room now clean, I decide to spend a little time tidying the rest of my apartment. As I work, I make myself a new mental checklist of commitments. Noriko's promise list, if you will. Commitment number 1, I'm not going to lose my shit if a victim doesn't meet their demise. Just because that twin woman didn't kill herself doesn't mean I'm a failure. I had 3 successes before her and I'll have more successes again. I just need to try harder, work harder, redefine my methods and keep moving forward. And I'm not at a dead end yet. I have a trick up my sleeve after all. Kojiro's connection to the morgue may very well be the ace I need to win. Commitment number 2, I'm going to improve myself. I won't say that I'll fix myself. I'm not broken, not yet. I'm going to improve. I'll keep up with my medication. I'll keep up with my social life. That means keeping in touch with the few friends I have, Aoi, Shinya, and even Tomoe. I'm going to eat a little more. Not much more, because I want to stay slim, but enough to give me more energy, more motivation. I don't want to be weak anymore. Commitment number 3, the last one. I'm going to get over Aoi. I love her. I've loved her since high school. In those days, she always stood by me. My insecurities and anxieties never pushed her away. She knew what I was going through, what I still go through, and she could relate to me. She has her own compulsions and anxiety to deal with, so I can't lean on her like I used to. Instead, it's my turn to help her out. But I will move on from obsessing over her. She isn't ready for a relationship, and she explained all of the reasons why when she rejected me so long ago. Clinging to the hope that one day we'll be together isn't good for my current state. I need to be moving on, moving forward. I need to let go. She is, and always will be my dearest friend. I'll always love her, but I will let her remain as simply my friend, and I will find someone else to call a lover. This last commitment really makes me feel like a weight has been lifted off my chest. Instead of obsessing over Aoi, spending countless nights lying in bed looking at her photos, thinking about her at odd hours of the day, instead of all that, I'll be able to move on. Even if it takes some time, I'll find someone who wants to be with me. There are plenty of fish in the sea, as they say. I can't say there's anyone in particular I have my eye on just yet. My social circle is pretty limited after all. Shinya is a guy I'm simply not interested in. There's no spark there, and there never will be. Tomoe, as irritating as I find her, is oddly alluring to me. I don't like her clothes or makeup, or the whole aesthetic she has built for herself, but some part of me would kill to spend a passionate night with her. Then there's Kojiro, that weird, awkward, strange alien creature that I just can't wrap my head around. He said I'm gorgeous. He really said that. But he's too weird. I feel like he's the kind of guy that would stalk you and stab you if you ever broke up with him. For now, I can't think of anyone I would seriously pursue, but I'll give it some time. I have all the time in the world. I found myself smiling as I finished tidying up the apartment. Having a nice, clean place to live really does help to lift the spirits. Unfortunately, I still haven't managed to get rid of that lingering scent of mold that always wafts around. It's a musty odor that seems to be ingrained in the very walls of the apartment building for at least as long as I've lived here. I know it's not coming from my apartment, because it's pretty easy to smell from downstairs too. And as far as I can tell, my place is completely mold-free. I might not be the best at cleaning, but if nothing else, I keep disgusting mold out of my home. Still, the occasional odor aside, my place is clean and cozy. I lay down on the couch to stretch my body, letting my taut muscles stiffen and then relax. The day is still early, and it feels good that all my chores are already complete. The icing on the cake is the fact that Corpse Girl has 2 new requests sitting patiently in her inbox. I logged in earlier and saw them, but decided to sort out my cleaning first. Priorities. Now I can reward myself by spending the rest of the day working on the new requests. I can hardly contain my excitement at the prospect. 2 requests to work on is better than I could hope for, and now I'm sure at least one of these new victims will fall. My positive attitude will go a long way to ensuring my success this time. Unable to restrain myself anymore, I snatch up my laptop from its charging point next to the couch. I flip open the lid and gaze at the photos that I downloaded earlier. Did you ever buy a phone charger? My 2 new victims, fresh blood. The first is an older male, maybe in his 50s, typical businessman type. He might as well be a clone of every other nondescript man you see on the subway, at the supermarket, on TV. If I had to guess, I'd take a leap and say his miserable wife wants him out of the picture. Maybe she's unhappy with her finances, or she's having an affair, or she's just tired of his clone face and his clone personality. Regardless, someone wants this unremarkable man removed from the face of this unremarkable world. The second victim is much, much more interesting. 2 things strike me as noteworthy about this photo. Firstly, the cleavage, of course. Secondly, the image is a photograph of a photograph. Somebody has snapped a picture of an actual physical photo and uploaded it to the site. The photograph is in good condition, as though its owner values it above all else. A signature is scribbled across it in white ink. It's an autographed photo of someone who is perhaps moderately famous. I don't recognize the woman in question, and the signature is such a mess that I can't make out even a single kanji in her name. Regardless, I would be willing to bet that a disgruntled fan is requesting her death. Ew, gross. I mean, it's all gross, but if she's an idol or a singer or an actor, it wouldn't be unheard of for something like this to happen. A fanboy gets to meet her a few times, they shake hands at events, whatever. He asks her out and she politely declines. And then the obsession begins. If the fanboy can't have her, no one can. Kill her. Kill her. Well, that's the theory. I slowly piece together as I examine some of the finer details of the photo. The reasons behind the requests don't matter. They never matter. I'll kill them all the same. I'm going to work on the woman's photo first. I'll timestamp her photo with tomorrow's date and send it to her this afternoon. That should give her about 24 hours to give up on life and light herself on fire. Maybe I'll do the same with a businessman. I'll give him a timestamp set 24 hours from when I send the photo. It'll be kind of fun to schedule 2 deaths to occur around the same time. It'll make tomorrow a very exciting day. With my goals set, I load up the database of the deceased and get to work. June 8th, Monday evening. Oh, we missed a whole day. I'm rather proud of myself today. During my morning routine, I made sure to take my medication in the correct doses. I even washed it down with water. It didn't even interfere with my strict schedule. I still managed to catch the usual train, I got to the convenience store at the usual time, and I arrived at the office without a hitch. If I can keep up this dedication, this commitment to improving myself, I know I can be stronger than ever. Strong enough to fulfill Corpse Girl's ambitions. I greeted both Shinya and Tomoe when I came to the office and even made small talk for a few minutes. Since the day has nearly ended now, I'm going to make an effort to chat with them again before heading home. Being social will help me get through this. That's what Iowa used to tell me anyway. At least before she stopped being social herself. It's about 5:45 p.m., and although both of my latest victims should have killed themselves by now, I don't feel the need to obsessively check for their obituaries. I have a news alert set on my phone, of course. If it uncovers anything, I'll be notified. But even if it doesn't, I won't stress out. I'm playing it cool. Cool, stoic, unflinching, Noriko. When did you get another phone charger? The drone in the office always reaches its nadir at this time in the evening. It's actually quite pleasant being able to sit in a quiet environment and feel the soft breeze of the air conditioner against my skin. I like to take this time to slowly pack away my things and get ready for the journey home. As I take off my headphones and stretch my arms, Tomoe approaches me with a spring in her step.
Yeah, what up, slut?
About a week ago, I would have taken Tomoe's greeting as an insult. Now that I know her a little better, I can tell she's actually just being affectionate. Despite any differences we might have once had, she really seems to have warmed up to me lately.
Hello. How did your day go?
You know, same old. What about you?
It went well, thanks.
Good to hear. You know, Shinya and I are supposed to go out tonight, but...
What's wrong?
Hasn't he seemed, like, kinda off today?
Yes, he cried the other day.
He can barely look me in the eye.
Really? I spoke to him this morning. He seemed okay.
You don't reckon he's seen another woman, do you?
Huh? Another woman?
Some fragment of a memory, some glimpse of a murky recollection flutters around the corners of my mind, just out of reach. Shinya and another woman. Something is on the tip of my tongue, but I can't quite formulate my thoughts.
Shinya isn't the type to cheat, though, so... I don't know.
Cheating? No, Shinya wouldn't do that. He was so nervous when he spoke to me about being pressured into sex. Oh, that's it. The memory of that was flitting around the edges of my consciousness has come into the light. Shinya spoke to me hypothetically about being pressured into sex. He said Tomoe wasn't the one pressuring him, so who was he talking about? Is this something I should talk to Tomoe about? If Shinya really is having a hard time and acting differently around Tomoe, then their relationship could really be in trouble. But is it even my place to say anything? Shinya spoke to me in confidence, he's my friend. But Tomoe is my friend too, and she seems genuinely worried about him. I take a deep breath. This is just office drama, like usual. Noriko would normally just reject it all and ignore these people. She wouldn't give it a second thought. That's unhealthy, anxious, scared, weak Noriko. I don't want to be that girl anymore. I can be more than that. I'm improving day by day, and part of that improvement involves being more social. It's good for me, right? Shinya and Tomoe are my friends. People want their friends to be happy. That's normal. That's normal. That's normal, right? I think so. Therefore, I want them to be happy. Together. I swallow hard and speak my mind.
Tomoe, I think that Shinya may be involved with another woman.
What? Are you serious?
Listen though, it's not exactly how it sounds. He came to me a little while ago and asked what to do if someone pressured him into sex. I know that you're not the one he was referring to, so I think he may be in trouble. I think someone else might be forcing him to do something he doesn't want to do.
What the f? He spoke to you about it, but not me?
Tomoe, he seemed really depressed about it. I think he wanted to resolve the situation without having to worry you.
Yeah, I get what you mean, but who the hell is trying to seduce him?
I'm afraid I have no clue about that. Sorry.
Okay, that's fine. Thanks for telling me this anyway. Now at least I know something's up with him. I'm gonna speak to him. I'll make him cough up what's what.
Are you sure that's the best thing to do?
Yeah, cause I'll let him know that I'll take care of everything. If some is putting the moves on my Shinya, I'll smack him into the ground.
Of course. I don't know why I ever doubted you.
Tomoe grins despite her obvious frustration. Tomoe grins despite her obvious frustration and gives me a thumbs up.
Thanks, gang. I'll keep you updated.
She's growing on me since the start of this.
Okay, good luck.
She spins on her heel and leaves me behind. I think I did the right thing. Surely Tomoe will get to the bottom of the situation. I watch as she wanders over to Shinya's desk. They exchange a few words that I can't hear from my position. Tomoe then leaves and Shinya sluggishly lowers his head to rest against his desk. Now Tomoe has left the office, only a handful of stragglers remain on this floor, myself and Shinya included. I find myself watching Shinya for more than a few minutes. He doesn't seem to notice that my gaze is locked on him. A few more of my coworkers take their leave and an eerie quiet descends over the empty office floor. I remain in my chair, staring intently at Shinya's distraught face. We're the only ones still here. He doesn't show any signs of moving. It's kind of unnerving to see him like this. It's not like he's the peppiest or most energetic person I've ever met, but to see him so drained and motionless makes me feel uncomfortable. I owe it to my newest convictions to go and talk to Shinya. More than that, I owe it to him. I find myself striding towards his desk before my mind even registers that I'm moving.
Hey.
I'm slightly startled when he immediately looks up at me. The sudden movement is reminiscent of a corpse springing to life in a B-grade zombie film.
Oh, Noriko.
Not feeling well?
Not really. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be here if I'm unwell. I didn't mean to worry you.
Don't sweat it.
I'll, take my leave then.
If he leaves now, I won't feel like I've done anything to help him. As awkward as it feels to pry into his personal affairs, I need to dig deeper if I'm going to try and help him feel better. But what should I even say? Tell me what's wrong. Are you having trouble with Tomoe? I don't know. I don't know if either of these will get me any further, but I feel like, tell me what's wrong. Me, Corpse Girl.
Tell me what's wrong.
I don't expect my blunt words to get through to him. I don't expect anything, really. I'm not used to comforting people about the shit they're facing in their personal lives. I'm usually content to simply sit on the sidelines and watch.
No need to worry. I'll be okay.
He tries to smile, but his composure cracks under the weight of his blatant lie. I quickly try to piece together what I know about his current situation. Based on the slivers of information I've been drip-fed, I'm certain that someone has been sexually assaulting him. At the very least, someone has been trying to force him into doing something he doesn't want to do. I don't know who that person could be. It could be someone from the office, it could be someone from his private life. I'm confident that's not Tomoe. Shinya isn't the kind of person to ever stand up for himself, and he's probably not the type of person to speak up when he's feeling down. But his recent composure reveals volumes about how he's truly feeling. Whatever the situation is, it's painfully obvious that Shinya is a victim. Whatever is happening in his life is not his fault, and he's too proud or stoic or embarrassed to seek help, even from his own girlfriend. If I don't put one foot forward and cut to the chase, chances are Shinya will never build up the courage to ask for help before it's too late.
Someone is sexually assaulting you, right?
He doesn't say anything. He doesn't even flinch, which I have to give him credit for. This is a guy that couldn't keep from blushing the last time the word sex was mentioned around him.
Yes.
His calm response and even calmer demeanor divulges his inner turmoil.
I see.
I don't know what to say next. I see probably wasn't the best starting point, but I am truly at a loss for words. He confessed so readily, and I expected more resistance.
Can you tell me who it is?
I can't tell anyone. Not you. Not Tomoe. I can't even tell my father, and he's a detective. A powerful authority figure. There's nothing I can do. I'm trapped.
Trapped. It's a feeling I'm all too familiar with. It's a feeling shared by countless victims. Not that Shinya and I have ever gone through the same trauma. A part of me can't help but wonder if that feeling of helplessness is what flashes through the minds of my own victims. Actually, I don't have to wonder. I know it to be true. The realization makes me feel simultaneously queasy and satisfied.
What will happen if you tell someone?
I don't know. If the truth comes out, I could lose my job. I could lose Tomoe.
His job? Then it's somebody we work with. Somebody in this very office has been taking advantage of Shinya.
It's somebody here then.
I speak my thoughts aloud and he looks directly at me.
How?
You're worried you'll lose your job if you come forward. It's obvious. Sorry, I'm not trying to sound rude. If this person found out you came forward, you'd lose your job. Then it's someone in power. A manager, an exec, and that's why you can't tell me.
That's right.
I nod. I can see the predicament.
So, you don't have to say another word to me.
Huh?
It wouldn't be your fault if I stumbled upon someone assaulting you. It wouldn't be your fault if I was around to witness it.
Noriko.
A gleam of resolution sparkles from deep within Shinya's cloudy eyes. It's almost as if he's come up with a brilliant scheme, a scheme that I not so subtly planted within his mind. Shinya takes a deep breath before collecting his bag.
I'm taking the elevator up to the executive offices. Please don't follow me.
With that, he gently pushes past me and makes a beeline for the elevator. As the doors close behind him and the familiar thrum of the elevator pans out around me, I stand still and close my eyes. I count to 100 in my head, giving Shinya a generous head start. The sun dips behind the office towers in the distance while my eyes are closed. When I finally finish counting, I open my eyes to a dark and empty office. With a deep breath, I walk in the traces of Shinya's footsteps toward the elevator. I've never been to this level of the building before. What reason would I have to visit the executive offices? When execs have business with junior staff, they descend from their lofty perch and grace us with their presence on the 14th floor.
I'm surprised you came to see me again.
I knew it! A woman's voice from nearby catches my attention. It's a hushed yet aggressive tone, like the whisper of a venomous serpent.
Are you finally going to let me have my way?
I creep out of the elevator, hoping against hope that the ding of the elevator's arrival wasn't noticed by the owner of the unidentified voice.
Stop it.
That was Shinya's voice. I creep around a corner and catch a glimpse of two bodies at a nearby desk. Leave him alone!
Come on now. I'm tired of playing games with you. You want to please me, don't you? I'm your superior after all. How can you expect to get ahead in this company without sucking up to your superiors?
Quote to me, Ida, the executive with Shinya's career in her hands, the very same woman who blamed Shinya for the mishap with hiring Aoi. So that whole situation was more in-depth than I originally thought. It was never about Aoi. It was about holding power over Shinya.
Miss Ida, please, I just came here to...
Oh, I don't want to hear it. Take your shirt off.
Oh my god!
I
swallow hard. I knew that Shinya was in trouble, but I didn't expect things to escalate this quickly. I don't have time to think rationally. I stride forward rather loudly and purposely bump into a desk, sending a potted plant tumbling to the carpeted floor with a dull thwump. Kotomi's neck pivots at full speed, and she turns to face me. Her eyes narrow into hateful slits as she withdraws from Shinya. Within seconds, Kotomi has abandoned Shinya and drawn close to me.
Kurosawa, what in hell's name do you think you're doing here?
Throw the plant at her.
This level is for executives only. I should have you thrown out of here by security.
Fujikawa isn't an executive either, Miss Ida. And he looks quite at home here.
Shinya stands in the background, shyly tidying his shirt. Kotomi's eyes somehow narrow even further, to the point where I'm certain she can't possibly see anything.
Fujikawa's business here is none of your concern, Kurosawa. Leave. Now, or I'll have you forcefully removed.
No. I fold my arms over my chest and dig my heels into the ground. I'm not one for confrontation. I'm not one to hold my ground against a powerful adversary. And yet, this vivid image of Tomoe has bloomed in my mind. Tomoe, so strong-willed and held over heels in love with Shinya. Tomoe, who would do anything to protect the guy she adores. In Tomoe's absence, it falls to me to protect Shinya.
Off, you filthy skank.
Woof. I can't believe the foul words that tumble out of my mouth. Apparently, Kotomi can't believe it either because her eyes finally widen and her jaw drops. She looks like a stupid idiot. Somehow, Tomoe's indomitable spirit seems to have inhabited my body. My words echo her own. That or I've just managed to find a temporary burst of courage.
What did you say to me?
Ya heard.
You heard me loud and clear. Back off from Shinya. If I catch word that you're harassing him, I'll have you in a legal headlock quicker than you can blink.
You don't even know what you're talking about.
Trust me, I know enough to bury a dirty slut like you.
Kotomi grits her teeth and a vein protrudes from her forehead. Without another word, she simply pushes past me. Her shoulder slams into mine, but by some minor miracle, I manage to hold my ground. I hear her footsteps fade away as she leaves the floor. I exhale sharply and a wave of dizziness suddenly washes over me.
Noriko, that was amazing!
Hold on, gotta faint. I nod and sway a little, then take another deep breath and rebalance myself.
Happy to be of assistance.
I can tell Shinya doesn't know what to do next. He looks like he wants to hug me, but given the gravity of the recent situation, we both silently decide that's not the best idea. Instead, he settles for patting my shoulder with his hand.
Thank you, Noriko. Thank you so much. I don't know where you get your courage. Perhaps I could stand to learn a thing or two from you.
Don't sweat it.
I'm going to go home for now. I hope that's okay.
Of course. Go get some rest.
Shinya smiles for the first time in a while, and he releases his hand from my shoulder. After he's gone, I collapse into a nearby chair and listen to the frenzied sound of blood pounding through my veins. Ooh, we got an achievement for helping Shinya. Maybe that means that if we take another option, we mightn't have been able to help him. Achievement. Steam and suds fill my vision as a pleasant torrent of hot water sprays across my body. The tiles in the shower wall are polished to a pearly sheen, so much so that I can see my own hulking and beautifully ugly reflection in them. The shadow in the reflection has dark matted hair in her eyes. I don't know if she can see me like I can see her. I wipe my hair from my eyes and stare into space, trying to shake the abstract thoughts from my mind. It isn't until my phone springs to life from the bathroom countertop that my thoughts return to the present. I startle at the noise. I peer through the shower's glass door, but it's impossible to make out the name flashing on the phone screen thanks to the steam that's fogged up the glass. Ali's the only person who regularly calls me, so it could be her ringing. Or it could be a spam caller trying to sell me something I really don't need, but I may just cave in and buy it anyway, because it's a nice feeling that someone thought to call me. I open the shower door and tiptoe out, my wet and dripping body causing pools of water to form on the bathroom floor. A deft hand snatches up my phone and I clutch it to my chest as I retreat back into the shower. The water never stopped running and it greets me with a welcome warmth as I bask in it once more. My phone is a fairly new model, so it's conveniently waterproof. I take advantage of this feature on occasion. It's nice to be able to submerge myself in water and browse the web to truly escape my own thoughts. Heavy droplets smack against the phone and dribble down, but my eyes ignore them as they scan the screen. The incoming call is a voice chat request from noise user at Koji Koji. Kojiro is calling me. I answer the call.
Noriko?
In the shower, what's up?
Hey.
He should be able to hear that shower.
Hi. Good time?
Sure.
Mad. Wanted to tell you something. I saw a post on... This call has static.
Sorry, it's just the shower running.
Oh, in the shower?
Yeah?
Huh. Okay. Well...
Hold on, he's gotta recombobulate.
Sorry. Awkward now.
Really, it's fine. What did you want to tell me?
Okay. Saw a new post on Noise Chan today. Posted this afternoon. Might interest you.
The message board Noise Channel is often affectionately referred to as Noise Chan by certain frequent users. I'm not really surprised that Kojiro is the type to call it that.
What was the post about?
Well, someone wrote this. I quote, "Hey, so today I got a strange gore photo from a number I don't have in my contacts." Continuing, "Not sure what the deal is. It was gross though. Wondering if any hackers can trace the number or something?" End quote. Thoughts?
A strange gore photo from a number I don't have in my contacts.
Sounds like Corpse Girl has struck again.
Right? Thought the same thing.
I wonder who wrote the post. Kojiro mentioned the post was written today, and the original poster wrote that they received a photo today. That means it can only be one of two people, either of my latest victims. The carbon copy businessman or the attractive semi-famous singer slash idol slash actor whatever woman.
So, who wrote this post anyway?
Don't know. Anonymous.
Of course, it was a stupid question. No one would attach their name to such a strange post.
Was hoping you could tell me.
How would I know?
Well, you're Corpse Girl, right?
Stop it! This again? Kojiro just doesn't let it slide. Why does he suspect me now? What did I do this time, except be the most suspicious person in the universe? Like, what, me? I'm so innocent.
It's okay. We can discuss later. Oh yeah, the original post has a reply.
It does?
I'll read it too. Quote, "You got this too? Was the gore photo a picture of yourself? I'm worried. Received a similar pic from the same number. Continuing, thinking about contacting the police. Not sure if I'm overreacting." End quote.
So the first post received a reply. Interesting. Very interesting. Both posters talked about receiving a photo. That can only mean that one of them is the boring businessman and one of them is the semi-famous woman. However, the fact that they've taken the discussion online instead of just slitting their own throats is rather troubling. Were the photos not convincing enough to make them kill themselves, or not enticing enough to summon another entity to snuff out their souls? Was this attempt just a repeat of the failure I had with the twin woman?
Anyway, enjoy your shower. Let's talk tomorrow, Corpse Girl.
Before I can interject, Kojiro ends the call. He's once again assumed my true identity. He's assuming correctly, but that's beside the point. Well, maybe it doesn't matter too much. Maybe this will actually save me some time and effort. If he already knows I'm Corpse Girl, it should be easy to strike a deal with him in exchange for access to a fresh supply of cadavers. That is, if I decide to walk that path and take this game to the next level. Thinking it through, I may very well have to go ahead and do that. My last 3 victims have not ended their lives as I planned. My success rate is very, very low. That's a depressing fact, and one that the old Noriko would probably have thrown a tantrum over. But not me, not new and improved Noriko. I turn off the running water and step out of the shower. A shiver scuttles down my spine like a spider as the cold, damp air clings to my naked form. Throwing my phone onto the bathroom counter, I reach for a towel and wrap it around my corpulent, emaciated body. The thick flab on my skeletal arms jiggles as I dry myself out. When I'm satisfied that my fleshy and cadaverous body is completely dry, I grab a second towel and wrap it around my hair. A cursory glance in the mirror as I leave the bathroom reveals my gaunt face and prominent cheekbones. I get the feeling that even though I've been gaining weight, I'm thinning out more and more. Although my body isn't perfect, I'm still in love with my eyes. I wouldn't change a thing about them. While my frame simultaneously grows plumper and slimmer, I hope my eyes will always stay the same. I flick off the bathroom light as I exit, entering my bedroom. I sit down on the bed with a towel around my body and another one around my hair. My laptop is lying open on the sheets, so I pull it toward me. A few clever keywords and a search engine quickly leads me to the post on Noise Channel that Kojiro just informed me about. Sure enough, he was telling the truth. The original poster submitted that just today, and the follow-up reply was submitted shortly after. I skimmed through the text to see if there are any clues about either poster's identity. However, nothing really stands out. I'll retain my assumptions that my 2 latest victims created these posts. I spent a little time applying various moisturizing creams to my skin before getting dressed in my bedwear. I'm feeling pretty relaxed by the time I finish. Perhaps I'll spend the rest of the evening reading a book in bed. Or I could try and plan out my next move with Kojiro. Should I come forward, claim my identity, and request access to his morgue? It's a big step. This seems to be the time for me to make a bold move. I can't keep working on requests that are doomed to fail. I need to start succeeding. For me. For Corpse Girl. I pull my laptop to me once more and begin to brainstorm my plans. Ooh, it's saving. June 9th, Tuesday evening. He should be here now. I was pretty clear about meeting at 5:30 p.m. It's already 5:45 and he isn't in sight. I thought for sure that he wouldn't miss a chance to meet up with me again. I can't contain my nerves. I try to tell myself that I'm only angry because of my trepidation, and I'm not actually angry at him. This is a big moment for me. I never once revealed my identity to anyone. I assume he'll take it in stride. I wouldn't be going through with this if I didn't firmly believe that.
Hi.
My neck jerks in reaction to the voice.
There you are.
I'm late?
Yes. I make a point of checking the time on my phone and nod.
Sauce. Traffic?
You drove here?
No.
Okay.
What did you want to discuss?
I have a request for you. And a confession.
Kojiro's eyes widen and he looks me up and down.
Knew it.
I blink and look down at the ground. He's known for some time. I was fooling myself thinking that my stupid attempts to erase suspicion of my identity were working on him.
You're going to confess your love. Been waiting for this moment.
Stop it.
Wait. No, that's not...
Shh. No more words. I accept your heart.
Kojiro, I don't...
Call me Koji now. We're one. No need to be shy.
This isn't getting me anywhere. Thanks to my frustration and nervousness, I simply blurt out my true confession.
I'm Corpse Girl.
Kojiro doesn't react. Well, he cocks his head a few degrees to the side, slowly and surely, if you can even call that a reaction to my sudden outburst.
Yes? Okay. So, a kiss to commemorate our love?
Did you even hear what I just said?
Of course.
I'm Corpse Girl! I'm the one behind the corpse photos, and the deaths, and...
It feels kind of strange to say these things out loud. For some reason, it leaves a sour and bitter taste in my mouth that I can't swallow.
Yes, I know. Knew it since our first noise chat.
Our first noise chat?
Yeah, well, come on. Who wouldn't have known it since the first noise chat?
Remember? You messaged me late at night. Asked me if I knew about Corpse Girl.
Is that what tipped you off? You assumed I was her just because I mentioned her?
No.
Then... how? How did you figure it out?
You asked me to look up names. Names of Corpse Girl's victims.
Oh yeah, I did, huh? That was stupid of me. I suppose that gave it away.
No. Other people could have known those names.
Then... come on, throw me a bone here. How'd you find out?
You said you requested Eiichi Hanada's death.
It's Hanada, the guy who died in the traffic accident. I remember that I lied to Kojiro about being the one to request his death. It was the only way I could escape his suspicions at the time. If I remember correctly, it threw him off my trail for a while. He believed I was the one who requested the death, so that explained how I knew he was one of Corpse Girl's victims. But if what Kojiro was telling me now is true, then my lie actually had the opposite effect. How did it make him figure out my identity?
I don't understand. I confessed to requesting Eiichi Hanada's death. So what?
That was a lie.
Even so, I still don't understand.
He must have requested it.
You're not making any sense.
Kojiro's shoulders drop. He stares at me intently.
You lied about requesting Eiichi Hanada's death. That lie proved to me that you were Corpse Girl.
Yes, but how? Tell me!
I was the one who requested Eiichi Hanada's death.
Now they're playing really intense music about it. Kojiro's deadpan countenance makes his claim believable beyond all doubt. I feel the blood drain from my face.
I submitted his photo to Corpse Girl's website. Imagine my surprise when you claimed that you did it. That lie made it clear. You knew his name. You knew he died. You knew he was Corpse Girl's victim. Ergo, you are Corpse Girl.
Well, we partners now. Despite my dazed state, I can't fault his logic. I took credit for something Kojiro did. Of course, that would paint me as a liar in his eyes.
So, you've known this whole time?
Yes.
And yet, you still met up with me. And not just today, but at the cafe too.
Yes.
Aren't you scared of me?
No, that's not the way I'd put it. You should be scared of me. After all, I requested the death. Had motive for murder, even if I didn't carry it out personally. Imagine what else I'm capable of.
I subconsciously take a step back from Kojiro's sudden looming form.
From our discussions, I know you don't kill your victims. You just nudge them, urge them, tempt them with death as an escape from their fear. You're no murderer. What reason have I to fear you?
He's right. He's absolutely right. He knows everything about Corpse Girl's methods, my methods. Kojiro is a dangerous enemy, or a powerful ally, and it's up to me to decide whether he's with me or against me. I recall our conversation at the cafe. He claimed he would support Corpse Girl if she came to him for assistance. He's a fan. He would support her obediently, no questions asked, as long as the price was right. So all I have to do is make him an offer that he can't refuse.
Join me. Help Corpse Girl rid this world of the fetid filth that infests it.
I decide to quote a certain passage from a book that Kojiro himself gave me, a paragraph from Strange Flower that has stuck with me for some time.
There's a certain beauty in death, a macabre certainty, an absolute state of finality.
Nobel Sinclair.
You understand what I'm talking about. You work with cadavers for a living. The dead can't hurt you. They can't betray you. They can't disobey, or object, or disapprove. Wouldn't it be better if we were all beautiful like that?
Perhaps. Didn't expect Corpse Girl to be so vain. Is your motivation simply to impart your own ideas of beauty to the world?
No,
There's more to it.
of course. Myself, Noriko, may be vain. But Corpse Girl isn't burdened by such petty notions. Her ambition is pure. Her ambition is crucial to the survival of the entire human race.
Thought I had a big ego. You're so self-important. Both you and Corpse Girl.
I don't expect you to understand. Not yet. But I've realized that I can't do everything alone. I need your help. I need cadavers.
I see. What's in it for me?
This is the critical point of our negotiation. It could all fall apart here if I don't offer something that Kojiro considers worth the risk. The question is, what does he want? What does he desire?
I propose an equal partnership. You'll reap half of the benefits from Corpse Girl's work.
This offer is a gamble. I know that in the back of my mind. However, it was the only feasible solution I could come up with when I planned out this encounter late last night. This tactic relies completely on my assumed understanding of Kojiro's innermost desires. If I'm wrong about him, then this whole thing will blow up in my face.
Corpse Girl will create more death than you could ever imagine. Think of all the fresh corpses you could get your eager little hands on.
Nobel. Kojiro shakes his head, his lips pursed in a thin line of disapproval.
Sorry. Already got my fill of corpses. Morgue's full enough as it is.
I narrow my eyes and stand my ground. I can't back down now. I'm so close to unraveling him and his secrets.
You've always wanted to mimic Nobel Sinclair. I can see it in your face, in your very soul, whenever you praise his work. You want to emulate his actions and experience his escapades firsthand. You want to dress up corpses, take them out to dinner, perform all manner of bizarre social experiments with the dead. It's your passion. But living vicariously through Nobel Sinclair's books isn't enough for you anymore. And that's where your fascination with me, with Corpse Girl, stems from. As soon as you figured me out, you knew I was your gateway to satisfying your lust for the macabre. You work with cadavers all day, every day, but you can't get them out of the morgue with eyes on you at all times. But I can. I have the perfect plan on how to withdraw all the corpses we could ever need. Half of them for you, and half of them for me. An equal partnership.
I end my speech and let Kojiro bask in my words. I hope I was convincing enough to sway him, and I pray that I'm correct about his sickest desires. His reaction isn't exactly what I was expecting. He laughs, a big hearty guffaw that scares a few nearby birds and sends them flying to safety. Clapping his hands together slowly, he inches closer to me until I can feel his breath across my face.
Figured me out?
This is where he's just like, I am Nobel Sinclair.
I'll play along. Say there's a way to get corpses out of the morgue without getting busted. Don't you think I'd have found it by now?
Perhaps you're not as clever as you think you are.
Perhaps. But you have the answer?
I do. I guarantee it will work.
A bead of sweat forms in the back of my neck. I'm not exactly bluffing because I have planned out this whole scenario in detail. But until I actually try to pull off such a maneuver, I can only speculate that it will work. I need to exaggerate my confidence long enough for us to rally together.
Something about you makes you seem trustworthy.
It does? What's wrong with you?
So be it. Consider us partners. For now.
You accept?
Sure. Don't make me regret it. But listen. What I do with my share of corpses is my business. No nosing about. Got it?
I'm worried, given all the things that are happening in this game.
You still want to keep secrets, even if we'll be working together? Shouldn't we be open and honest and build a trusting partnership?
Here's the deal. You don't pry, and I'll assist you with Corpse Girl's work. I'll help you craft your elaborate photos. No charge. I get privacy, you get an assistant. Mutually beneficial. Wouldn't you agree?
I think about his offer. It's true that I don't really need to know what he's going to do with the corpses on offer. The whole thing is illegal already, so if he wants to take it further, that's not on me. And if I can get some assistance, it will surely help me churn out photos at a faster rate. I'll need muscle to move bodies for starters. That alone is worth keeping my nose clean.
Okay, we have a deal.
Glad to hear it.
Kojiro extends a hand and I grip it as firmly as my frail bones will allow. We shake once, and Kojiro offers me a surprisingly warm smile. His intense murderous demeanor suddenly vanishes, and he reverts to his awkward alien self.
Saw us about the love confession stuff before. Too late now, but I'd have helped Corpse Girl in return for a simple date.
Seriously? Did I come up with some elaborate insight into his psyche and his desire for absolutely no reason? Was all he wanted a chance to take me out?
No backing out now. We've got a deal, right?
Right. Welcome to the team, Kojiro.
Team Corpse Girl, huh? Well, it's good to be on board. My more connection, your schemes. We hoist piles of corpses out and split the stack 50-50. That the whole of it?
Sounds good.
To put it simply, yeah. And I get your assistance with Corpse Girl's work. A reward for keeping my eyes shut.
Course. Looking forward to that. A spoken contract's as good as anything to me. I'm satisfied. When do we start?
Soon. There's only one thing missing from my plan.
That is?
We need somewhere to store the bodies we retrieve. Somewhere big, with no one to meddle in our business. I'm thinking an old warehouse or something like that.
A warehouse, huh? What about an abandoned factory? I might know a place.
Are you the Joker?
A factory?
An abandoned factory, all for our corpse collection. I like the sound of that. It's pretty late by the time I get back home. I'm completely wiped out. We're gonna leave it there. A lot has happened. There's a partnership now. A partner for Corpse Girl. We'll have to pick it up from here. It is getting very exciting. Connections are coming together. It's still as dark as intense as ever, and it's, in my opinion, a good time. Let me know what you're thinking, all your thoughts down below, and thanks so much for hanging out with me here on Enjoying Pixels. See you soon. Bye!